Oakley dokley 10 get to know me questions. Yippers! How many times have you been to a concert? Um, I don't know. It's more than 10 and less than 20. I couldn't tell you though. I don't remember all of them. It's been decades since I've been to a concert. Um, if you could live any, if you could live in any other country in the world, all expenses paid for a year, where would you live? I'm going to have to say Thailand. I think that would be cool to live in Thailand for a year. Share an interesting fact about yourself. Interesting fact, eh? Um, I'm normally good at jigsaw puzzles. I can do a 1,000 piece jigsaw puzzle in 5 or 6 hours. Yippers! Tell us about your biggest adventure. That would be the time me and a buddy got in my funky old car from my funky old 1968 Meteor Ado, 69 Meteor Ado, I should say, and drove all the way to New Orleans. Now, this was a beat up old car, and we drove all the way to New Orleans, and that was like 3,800 miles. It was actually more on the way down, it was 3,800 miles back. Because we took a detour to see the place where they filmed Deliverance and whatnot. Yeah, that was a hell of an experience, actually. Have you ever been to a party in the forest? Yes, I've been to many parties out in the forest. We used to call those bush parties. Have you gone wilderness camping? That's camping when you're not at a designated campsite. You're just out in the woods someplace, or out in a field someplace, or in a cave or on an island. Yeah, I've done that a bunch of times, actually. We used to go down the South Saskatchewan River in a canoe many, many years ago in the 1980s, and we would camp on the shoreline and whatnot, and then we would get picked up downstream quite a ways a couple of days later. Uh-huh. Have you ever swam naked in the moonlight? Strangely enough, I have actually swam naked in the moonlight. That's a bizarre question. I know exactly how Siggy's going to answer that. Have you ever been to the top of a mountain? Yes, I have. Now, I've never climbed a mountain, but I have been to the top of a mountain. There was a parking spot about, what was it? It was about 800 feet below the top of the mountain, and then there was a trail that went up 800 more feet than the parking lot. And you climbed the trail. It was a very well marked, very well kept trail, so it was very easy to do. And we climbed up to the top there on the trail, and we stood at the observation point and looked out. That was, I forget where the hell that was. I want to say Montana, but I'm not sure. I think it was Montana. I'm not certain though. It was many, many years ago. I was like a teenager. Have you ever, what, I just read that, sorry. Do you have an education higher than high school? Yes, I do. I got certification in Microsoft Office many years ago, and I also took a data processing course many years ago, and I took an electronics repair course many years ago. Those are all in trade school. Gibbers. And oh yeah, I had management training, again, in a trade school. Have you ever taken a first aid or a first responders course? I've taken both. I've taken first aid a bunch of times. I used to stay qualified in first aid. I would take the thing every year to stay qualified. And one time I had the opportunity to take a first responders course, which was about $400 at the time, and I had the opportunity to do it for free, and I took it. So that was pretty good. It never got me a job or anything like that, which I was hoping it was going to, but it didn't. Yeah, anywho, that's it. That's all. Have a good one.